Good day, everybody. I'm so sorry I'm so late. I'm 10 minutes late. This is Yin Yang with Morsels of a Thought number 1349. Let me see if I can get my face back into this. Sorry, it's so wobbly. Too high. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. I'm in my hotel in Las Vegas. Finally, today happens to be the day before my birthday, which is 9/11. 9/11. So, from parade.com, on September 11th, 2001, almost 3,000 people lost their lives during the attacks of the two towers, Pentagon, and aboard United Airlines Flight 93. At 8:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, American Airlines Flight 11 traveling from Boston to Los Angeles hit the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City in what we now know as the 9/11 terror attacks. So we've got that. We've got at 9:37 a.m. Eastern Time, American Airlines Flight 77, traveling from Dulles, Virginia to Los Angeles, hit the Pentagon building in Washington. And at 10:03 a.m. Eastern Time, United Airlines Flight 93, traveling from Newark, New Jersey to San Francisco, crashed in a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, thanks to the passengers because they called down and found out they were hijacked and they knew they were in very deep danger and they snuck a phone call. They snuck a phone call to ground and I think it was the FBI got on the call too and told them what was going on. So that way they knew they were going to hit a building that was important. So they went in and took control. All of them lost their lives. So President Obama, in a 2011 radio address, said, even the smallest act of service, the simplest act of kindness, is a way to honor those we lost, a way to reclaim that spirit of unity that followed 9/11. So I have to read some quotes here for you. These are all from parade.com. Anthula Katsimatidis at the World Trade Center site in 2005, she said, I think it's a she, my older brother John my older brother John lived his life in Technicolor when the when he walked in the door, the whole house lit up, and I'm sure heaven lit up when he got there too. So Colin Powell, he said, you can be sure that the American spirit will prevail over this tragedy. This is the former United States Secretary of State. At this point, I'm going to read one that's from Senator John Kerry. It was the worst day we have ever seen, but it brought out the best of in all of us. Senator John Kerry. President George W. Bush at the Pentagon in 2008 said, one of the worst days in America's history saw some of the bravest acts in American history. We'll always honor the heroes of 9/11, and here at this hallowed place, we pledge that we will never forget their sacrifice. Number 16. Okay, number 16. Last year's America's Poet Laureate, Billy Collins, wrote a poem he called The Names about the 2,792 who perished that day. Here are its closing lines, names etched on the head of a pin. One name spanning a bridge, under another undergoing a tunnel. Okay, here. This is the name of the poem. Names etched on the head of a pin. One name spanning a bridge, another undergoing a tunnel, a blue name needled into the skin. Names of citizens, workers, mothers, and fathers. The bright-eyed daughter, the quick son, alphabet of names in a green field. Names in the small tracks of birds. Names lifted from a hat or balanced on the tip of the tongue. Names wheeled into the dim warehouse of memory. So many names. There is barely room on the walls of the heart. This was by Michael Bloomberg, New York City mayor at the World Trade Center site in 2003. We will face new challenges that we could not have seen 20 years ago. We will seize opportunities that were at one time unimaginable, and we know that what lies ahead is not certain. It is never certain. It has never been. But I know this: if we do the hard work of working together as Americans, if we remain united in purpose, we will be prepared for whatever comes next. That's by Vice President Kamala Harris in 2021. I'm going to read one more by Kamala Harris. She said it in 2021. After today, it is my hope and prayer that we continue to honor their courage, their conviction with our own, that we honor their unity by strengthening our common bonds, by strengthening our global partnerships, and by always living out our highest ideals. This work will not be easy. It never has been. And it will take all of us in believing in who we are as a nation, and it will take all of us going forth to work together. Now, a few years ago, I read what happened on the Flight 93. That video is no longer available, but I'm going to say that those people on that flight were the bravest in history. They were hijacked, so they were huddled on the floor because they were told to huddle on the floor. They snuck a phone and they stayed in contact until they said, okay, we now know. And then voices of the men said, okay, let's roll, let's roll. So they, at least four men went and killed the other four men, and made sure that when the plane crashed, it did not crash into a building, it crashed into a field. Now that is bravery because you know you're going to die. Whenever I have my birthday on 9/12, I think about how my life is so short, yet it's so long. I have been happy for so many years. I have had a great life. Thanks. Old Kinderhook.